Well, hello everyone. Nikki two times coming at you again with another Sunday Funday. We're already kicking off with Justin W. Smith, Big Sky PC and Rips in the house. Daniel Cryfall, good to see you back. BC's here. We had 6 already waiting from the jump. Glad to have you guys all here. We're going to have some fun tonight. Get a little chair spin. It's been way too long. Good to have you all here. You know what we do. We rip cards. We talk smack. It's all about sports and whatever you guys want to talk about. What's going on there, Maddie? Good to have you in the house. We got a lot going on tonight. What's going on, Logan? We got my main man, Sith Wasabi. We got Spine Ticks crew in the house. You know, if you don't know, then you should know by now. Saturdays are for Spine Ticks. Go to Spine Ticks Live every Saturday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, for a great time over there with myself, Sith Lordly as our host, Logan G.I. Joe Gamer, Uncanny Swag, and Perch, and Dan De La Torre. But tonight is Sunday. Sunday is for us right here at Nikki Two Times. As always, I like to crack open some Prime, stay hydrated. It's a long 2 hours. I appreciate you all being here right from the jump. Hydration is important, my friend. What's going on there, Robert Springs? Good to have you in here, Pops. Daniel, missed you, my friend. Gotta go check. I posted one short, but I got them all coming up next week. Opened up a sweet box of 24-25 O-Peachy Hockey. You're going to see some really nice cards I will also show later. So before I do anything else, get my shout outs. How are you all doing tonight? We got Mike Shriver in the house. Mike, you're going to be on my list tonight, my friend. In fact, let me get you a wrench. Glad to have you here, Mike. Guys, if you're not subbed up to Mike, I'm going to be shouting him out shortly. He was on my short list tonight, so I'm glad you're here, Mike, hanging out with us this evening. So for my shout-outs, Mike has 2 different channels. This is Mike Shriver, new to the card community, and he's here opening up cards. He's got 33 subs on his main channel. He also has a secondary channel, Mike Shriver Ministries, that has 196. So if you are a person of faith and want to continue checking and looking in upon yourself and your faith, go check out Mike Shriver Ministries as well. We have Renee, Rascal, and Lucy in here. Great to see you, Renee. Glad you can make it tonight. We got Football_King says hi. What's going on there, Football King? We talk sports. We rip cards. If you want to hang out and have a good time, tonight is the place. This is the channel for you. Deadpool fan here saying hello. What's going on, Deadpool fan? Glad you guys could all be here tonight. We're 24 strong right now. Doing my best to keep up with the chat. BC, as always, I love having you here, my friend. I love going to your channel and watching your rips and your recent lives. It's been a fun time. Couple more shout outs I'd like to give out. One to my man SCA. He's sitting with 314 subs. Then there's Xavier Ren 02. He's sitting with 617 subs. Then I want to give a big congratulations. I haven't seen him here on my live stream in a while, but he does like some of my videos. I like his videos. I want to give a big congratulations to the Crack Pack Daddy for cracking past 1,000 subs. So congratulations to you, Crack Pack Daddy. Then lastly, this is a two-part shout out. I want to shout out my man Cloudsy420, sitting at just about hitting 2,000 subs. He does like to do giveaways. He opens UFC cards on his channel. I've got a package from him. I won one of his most recent giveaways. I'm not even sure what's in here. I know he kind of showed them off, what I was probably going to get, but... And I can't even get into this thing. Bear with me for just a moment. Barry is in the house. And Mike Shriver, Barry is, if you don't know who that is, you two should get together. Barry is a very spiritual individual. And Barry, so is Mike. He has a other channel called Mike Shriver Ministries that you might want to check out. So you guys can link up if you'd like. All right, so I mean, I knew these were all going to be UFC cards, but let's see what we got. I do know, though, that Cloudsy PCs all the guys that I happen to like as well. So I know I won't see any of those within this group of cards. But let's see what we got here. Some of these are really, really nice. Here, give me 1 second. I'm actually going to flip the camera around so you guys can see these in better lighting and not backwards. Excuse the big, huge mess I have here, but here we go. So we got Dustin Poirier. I believe he's been a champion, if I'm not mistaken. Got him on the nice orange Shockwave. Rated rookie. I don't know how they work out what's considered a rookie, but that's a nice auto. Crazy looking. Nazardine Imavov. Tetsura Taira. Adrian Yanez on the red select. It is numbered 38 out of 149. Lastly, Justin Gaethje. He's part of the lightweight division. This is out of Topps Chrome. Pretty nice rainbow foil. And then we got a couple more cards to show off. We got a crunch time. I always like the crunch time out of for football and basketball out of the Donruss product. This is Yuri Prochazka. That's like Logan called me Brochacho. What's up there, Brochacho? Renato Moicano. Also out of Topps Rainbow. Ian Gary out of the Dominators rookie. Nice Irish flag. I like it. All right. We got Umar Nurmaga. I can't even pronounce that, guys. Nurmagomedov. And lastly, we got ourselves Charles Oliveira. So thank you to my brother to the north, Cloudsy420, hooking me up with some excellent cards. I appreciate it, my friend. Congratulations to your milestones and almost about to hit 2,000. Thank you, Robert. If you guys don't know who Cloudsy420, Canadian gentleman who likes to rip into the UFC cards. That's his big thing. That's what kind of sets his channel apart a little bit. We're all a bunch of just card rippers and stuff around here, right? But at least he's kind of cornered the UFC side of things. There's not too many guys doing that, so makes his channel a little interesting that way. Make sure I didn't miss anything. We had Kenneth Bird stopping through here. Bear with me, guys. I want to make sure I know I don't think anybody new came in here. We had Daniel Berry Sports Highlights saying, yo, Nikki, what's going on there? Daniel, good to have you here. Guys, make sure you're all subbing up to each other, checking out each other's content. Anybody lurking in here that's never been here before, just sit back, have some fun. That's what we do around here every Sunday. All right. I think, guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to get into a lot of the ripping from the jump, moving on to other things and the sports stuff and the just showing off cards. But I do just kind of want to, because I'm not opening up a lot today, so just kind of want to get through this stuff. I will tell you guys two things. One, be on the lookout. I will be opening this box of Topps Chrome football during the week. Barry, I'm not opening it. Don't ask. It'll be during the week, and I will make a video for that. We got Jess Laws in the house. What's going on there, Jess? Paul Garish hanging out. Daniel, stick around. You'll thoroughly enjoy the hockey cards that I have to show. We got my girl Veronica is here from Christie's Crazy Crafty Life. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love you, babe. Glad to have you here celebrating her 50th birthday. I would definitely say, Veronica, 50 years young, hanging out with all us wonderful folk. You're wonderful too. Glad to have you here. So, Jess, let me get you a wrench. Renee, you can have a wrench. And Robert, let me get you a wrench. That's the one thing that's good, that's easy when I'm doing this by phone, doing these vertical lives, is most of the time. There was like 1 week I couldn't do it, but most of these weeks I can just click your name and give you a wrench. We got Red03 hanging out with us as well. Good to have you here, Red. So yesterday, I don't know, guys talk about it in chat. I don't know if anybody else had this opportunity, but I went to your Topps Rip Night. Pretty excited. Well, it was okay. I don't want to sugarcoat it, over embellish. It was decent. Went to my LCS Triple Diamonds. They have different channels. I've shouted them out before. Triple Diamonds or TDS Breaks. TDS Breaks is actually their original store in Minnesota. And go figure, their store in Minnesota had a had a guest celebrity there, and it was Kevin Hart, of all people, Philadelphia guy out there in Minnesota instead of their location here in the greater north of right outside of Philadelphia. But I had a good time. Got a few free packs. Bought the Topps Chrome to open up this week. But I'm going to show you guys a couple free things that I got that I'm going to open up for us. We'll move on. We'll continue to have fun. You know how it is. It's a loose show. There's some sports stuff I like to go over, but I like to just kind of, we all just hang out tonight, right? All right, so for you baseball guys, hobby rip night, we got ourselves an Ellie right off the bat. So we got an Ellie De La Cruz, Aaron Judge, Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr., and a Derek Jeter. That guy, congratulations, you're the first person for the evening to call me the King of Queens guy. We get at least 4 or 5 of them every week, so I hope you don't think you're very original, pal. We got my man Flipped It in the house. Good to have you here, Flipped It. We got a Jackson Holiday in a green border. Dylan Cruz. I know this ain't going to be worth anything, but it's cool. At least I got one of the rookies that you're looking for this year. Brooks Lee. David Ortiz. And a Paul Skeen. So, not a bad way to go for free stuff. Also got 2 packs of 2023 Big League Baseball. If you guys open enough product, you know this is going to more than likely be 2 complete duds. But can't complain about free stuff that they're handing out to you, can you? Oh my God. I might have to actually use a pair of scissors. We got the mayor of Munchkin Land himself, Jose Altuve, Nick Prado, Tim, by God, he got his ass kicked by Jose Ramirez Anderson. And we got wow, okay. Michael Harris, rookie. I can't quite read that. 29 out of 75. So that kind of was a pleasant little surprise right there. Jumped right up on me. Literally for like the 2nd or 3rd year of opening up Big League, this is the nicest card I've ever had out of the product, because this product's not the best. Actually, I can't say that. I have a nice auto that I didn't rip myself, but got in a break. Barry, I like it. That Altuve is a short print. All right, 2nd pack. Julio! Ezekiel Tovar. Carlos Correa. And we'll finish it off with another numbered card. Nolan Arenado. 165 out of 199. Oh, I got the 2 best packs out of the bunch, I guess. I'm guessing this year numbered cards were easier to come by. right. So for right now, I guess we'll just kind of throw these up there for people who come in later to, if they ask, did anything interesting happen? We got more people showing up. We got Brittany in the house. What's going on there, Brittany? Good to have you here. We got all kinds of ladies in here tonight. We got Jess. We got Brittany. We got Renee. We have Veronica. You ladies are actually catching up for once for amount of people in the chat, and I like it. Thank you, BC. Appreciate it. Logan's admitting to the addiction. I hear you there, Logan. I feel addicted myself, but I don't want to. I don't want to commit multiple days, especially when if and when or whatever happens for going back to work. And I could still do it just for fun if I want on these other nights, but. Jess, I was a little worried about your comment last night saying that you were going to make fun of me all night. I'm hoping that you don't. I want to save all my energy for any trolls that come in here so I can wreck them this evening. But it's kind of interesting. We have a good flow going on even without them tonight. I know, Barry. You like to see those impressions and stuff. I'm not going to be able to give you a grippy one. I'm also right-handed, but then again, from this kind of looks left-handed, doesn't it? From this screen. Logan, I don't know. I feel like I haven't been to enough of your live streams to know exactly how much Jess jumps off on Friday nights, but I got a small clue, small indication of what goes on over there. Again, for all you newcomers who don't know what goes on, I did the shout-outs, did some cards, had plenty of sports to talk about, but I'm going to go super slow because we're all having fun talking. Kind of been, if you do actually watch stuff on my channel, you know I've shifted to try to also do some shorts where it comes to sports news. So definitely going to shift to that as well. Not just cards, sports news, any happenings. Gives some information on Sundays, but had that kind of fun with it. Also, if you're new, you don't know, chair spins coming out of nowhere because we're all about having just a little bit of levity in the world. I'll be prepared if you're ready to dish it out. Just be, you know. I don't know if I can give it back to you because you seem too sweet, and I like you being here, so I don't want you to leave on me. Jess, in the future, maybe I'll get back into some of the AI AI stuff. I have plenty of AI already on my channel if you want to check some of that out. But we got Swag in here, so I guess he was late because he was pooping. Good for you, you let the big poop out. But just as far as AI images and stuff like that on the live stream, not to disappoint. I do this straight from my phone, so I'm not set up with one of those streaming services to have all of a sudden really cool clips and stuff. All this is just straight off the cuff, live streaming vertical from my phone. I learned a long time ago, Swag, too. If you say poop enough to anybody, if you say it enough times, they could be in a bad mood. If you say it enough times and say it in different ways, you can get people to crack a smile, which I've done before. I've had people totally upset and just got in their face and just repeat it. Poop. 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 I bet you weren't going to hear poop like that on this channel and get a little giggle, but you got a little giggle from myself. I crack myself up sometimes. Sometimes, my IQ drops a few points just from the things that come out of my mouth. You gotta have a good fart joke once in a while. Absolutely there, Renee. Oh, what am I missing? We talk about Swag having the blackmail? I do have non-copyright music that I can, when I'm not talking, you can all jam out in your bedrooms, in your living rooms. We're gonna switch this channel over. It's gonna be like the Body by Jake, but we're body by 2 times. Hip thrust, hip thrust, hip thrust, and a chair spin. Woo! Not yet, Swag. Only Troll came out. We already had our first Kevin James. Tell me I look like Kevin James. That's about it. Well, like Logan and Sith and everything, maybe I'll open up a 3rd, 4th, 5th channel. I'll have my my very own workout videos on. I'll get rid of AI Nick to the dismay of Jess, and change my AI Nick channel over to the Nikki 2 Times workout channel and become a fitness influencer. How about that? We had my man Orad giving up my trophies. Thanks, Orad. You know I love the trophies.
Hey guys, change here.
Shit broke out into a commercial on me.
The 3-row luxury
All right, Logan, calm down the two channels. Oh, speaking of channels, there's my alternate ego, Nikki Two Times Gaming. Right now, just pretty much Fortnite clips, killings, and being killed, as well as some virtual ripping of sorts for Pokemon TCG Pocket. So go check out that channel if you can. I appreciate it. No longer unlimited there, Swag. I heard you last night, buddy. Unlimited. No, it is the gaming channel now. It was unlimited because I was trying to have it as an open channel for everything, but we all know for us creators, you should stick with a small niche on a channel, not have it all encompassing like an unlimited. Absolutely ruthless. The Eagles whoop that ass. We're still talking about it 2 weeks later. I love it. I got more moves than X-Lax. All righty. Well, be careful on those political channels. I certainly don't. I don't like to. I try not to talk politics at all. Most of you know how I lean. I am wearing an American flag after all. That alone should tell you how I lean. But I don't like to talk politics per se on the channel anyway. Flipped it, starting already. You're starting already, Flipped it. I'm telling you right now, my prediction, Eagles get one more, buddy. Eagles, even if it's not back to back, Eagles get one more before the Commanders start showing up and showing out. Going to be many good years of Jaden Daniels, but I think he got a little ways to wait. Speaking of Commanders, I've been hearing a lot of grumblings that we may be picking up another former Commander. Don't know how true this is right now, Flipped it. But there's talks that the Eagles are going to pick up Chase Claypool. We're also looking at Myles Garrett. That happens, you guys, you're in trouble. The whole league's in trouble. Well, they all should lean to wanting to wear the American flag with pride there, Logan. Swag. Got Swag, you by far one of my favorite channels out there. I can watch your content for hours, my friend. What a channel. Jess, by all means, guys, the floor is Jess's. If you have some stuff to complain about, that's quite all right. Go for it. We have a lot of time. I have stuff to unpack sports wise, but I have the next hour and a half to do all that. Oh, that'd be a mistake, Flipped it, for him to go there. Swag makes special videos in the shower. He has his most of his stuff set to private, but he lets a few of us in on those private videos. Renee, spoken like a true Texan. Although I shouldn't say that because my aunt didn't grow up there, but she lives there, and she doesn't have those same thoughts. But yeah, spoken like a true Texan there, Renee. Sorry, Swag, I let the bag out. Now everybody's gonna be clamoring and asking how much for the next set of videos. Guys, I don't think you have enough money to throw Swag's way for him revealing those videos. Jess, I think we would all watch your videos if you would post more often. You should make some nice posts about your orchids because those orchids are absolutely beautiful. Look, I would be interested in seeing some of your AI content if you would post it yourself and not give it all away to Logan. You need to put some of that on your own channel. See, this is why you guys are the best and why we have fun. It doesn't have to be me speaking the entire time. I only speak so that we're not in complete dead silence for too long. But I love reading and seeing how you guys are interacting in the chat, like anywhere else on a good live stream. We're having fun. We're amongst friends, and it's like we're chit chatting over a nice bonfire. Oh, I know, and I have my Dave Pokemon socks with a nice Pikachu pair, and I think I got a Pokeball pair. You guys know I try to keep up with the chat as much as possible. So if I missed anything that you specifically needed me to see, make sure you're either repeat it or putting alarms. If you need me to specifically see your message, you can always put one of those little alarm things so my eyes go right to that so I can see it. I am at least. Hold on one second. I am doing at least the one box that I have there, BC. I do have the 2021 Allen and Ginter, which I believe is where the actual spinach card would possibly be. So I have that. I don't know if I'm going to open up any others. If as we get closer to the first, if Walmart or Target happen to just kind of throw ones on the shelf, then I'll pick up something. But yeah, I'm good with the one box. All right. Hold on. Daniel, are you in here? There you go, Daniel. So, Daniel, I'm going to flip this around. I want you to be a part of this. I definitely wanted you to see this. So, I'm glad you came back tonight. So, I opened up a nice hobby box of 24-25 OPC hockey. Wasn't expecting a whole lot because I seem to not get a whole lot out of hockey product, but we'll start off with some of the smaller hits, then work my way up a little bit. Hold on, let me. These aren't all hits. All right, my marquee rookies: Nikita Chibukov, Olin Zellweger, Maverick Bork, Connor Geeky, Liam Ogren, Maxwell Crozier, Maxime Siplikov, Grime Clark on the blue border. We got the King of Spades, Sidney Crosby. We got the Ace of Spades, Connor Bedard, which I'll talk a little bit about him later as well. We got your base Sid. Your base Ovi, who scored a hat trick today. Be talking a little bit about him later as well. We got my Flyers PC, Sam Urson, Rasmus Ristolainen, along with Ryan Paling. Then we got red border, Oliver Bjorkstrand. Then we get into the really good stuff, Daniel, and rest of chat. Yo, we got Jared Bullet in the house. What's going on, Jared? Big Cowboys fan. We got Flipped It in here too, Jared. We got the marquee rookies, Flyers. I was hoping, I didn't even realize that Jet Luchenko was in the set, so that was a pleasant surprise to pick him up. Matvey Michkov. Then we have on the these regular foils, Brennan Othman. That's what the backs look like. Olin Zellweger. Kirill Kaprizov. And an orange border, Jake Evans, which is also numbered 19 out of 25. Speaking all-time hockey cards, this is just a handful of the retro cards that come in this set. This is actually, so I'm going to show you the back of this card. This card right here is a short print, and I didn't know that. Someone else had to tell me. The reason you know it's a short print, nothing on the back. So this has all your stats, and a blank back is a short print. That's pretty neat. And if you thought all that was good, you haven't seen nothing yet. This all came out of one box, by the way. Macklin Celebrini in the fight for Rookie of the Year with Michkov and Hudson from the Canadians, which I'll also talk about that a little bit later. But this is your base marquee rookie. Then you have the rainbow foil. I'm going to move the really good one out of the way because I don't want to show it without finishing showing what this looks like. So, go back to your regular OPC and what the back looks like, but this is different. This is a marquee rookie rainbow foil. Has an old school back, and it's 312 out of 350. I hope you're ready for it, Daniel, because the hits keep on coming. The creme de la creme. Green foil. We are a little, no lines, no streaks. Everything looks good on the card itself, but some weird tapering up here that, I don't know, maybe the LCS can help me out a little bit, because I do want to send this out for grading. And this card is a 21 out of 33. Now, I know I've talked to Swag and Sith and Perch about this card already. Well, it's already started to come down. I'm actually seeing this on eBay now. So the one that was 600 has dropped down to 4. So now you're more in line in proper pricing, and other ones are online anywhere between 3 and 450. So now I know exactly where that card lies. That sounds more plausible. So you're probably looking at least a $300 card if I wanted to flip it. But I don't. I think I want to certainly grade it, keep it, have a good time with that card. All right, that is good to know. But you know how it goes, though, too. In the short term, it'll go down. But in the long time, it should shoot. I would think it would shoot right back up as the years go by. It won't parallel and rocket as much as the Young Guns, but I would think that this would still go up. And we're not talking a regular Young Guns either, mind you. We're talking the out of 33 here. I don't know, Jared. Do they have a team? Well, I don't know. That's the other question there, Daniel, that I'd have to, struggle with myself. If it gets graded and it comes back as let's just say it comes back as an 8, I'm cracking the hell out of that slab. If it comes back a 9, I'm probably okay with it that way. Then obviously if it comes back at 10, I'm putting that card under lock and key, because it'll definitely be my number 1 card in my whole collection. Other than, hold on, Daniel, you haven't been, just in case, Daniel, I don't remember if you were here on this particular week that I showed this off, but had to get at least 1 card, something that was in my price range for an Ovechkin rookie card, and we're looking at an 05 Parkhurst checklist, my friend. We got PSA 10. I'm on the registry with that one. I feel good about that. Well, Jess, if you know, we're all a bunch of young guns because we're gonna be on the comic, the Western Gambling. We're all a bunch of young guns. Gonna be on that comic coming soon. All thanks to our good friend Sith Lordley, which I appreciate again. Thank you. This might be the first time I'm saying it in my forum there, Sith, but thank you for including me in on that great honor. That I can't wait. That's going to be a lot of fun. Us Spine Ticks panel are all going to be on a comic book real soon. Live in the Wild West. Bang bang. We're there. I told you when I was younger, I don't think I'd ever do it now, especially being as heavy and big as I am. I always wanted to have one of those cool dusters, uh, almost to the floor. Friggin', you swing out, boom, and you get the big shotgun in your hand. Not to mention, the movie Young Guns and Young Guns 2, favorite top movies in to watch. Logan, you were a duster kind of guy. Swagalicious is definitely on the cover of the comic. Just going back a little bit, Daniel. Yeah, definitely a good buy. Thanks, I appreciate it. Glad some of you new folks jumped in here. I always appreciate the normal crowd, you guys being in here. Jared, let me get you a wrench real fast. You got yourselves a wrench. Oh, so also my gaming channel. I didn't mention it earlier. Hit over 100. Just a small, little, tiny milestone. No big deal. I'm just putting it out there in the ether to be like, woohoo! And if I keep up on that channel, I'm sure it'll grow. It'll probably grow bigger than this channel if I keep up with it. All right. Bear with me for just a minute, guys. I'm looking for some final results and some stuff I was trying to check out for tonight. Woo! Very interesting. All right, as I was talking earlier, definitely going to be presenting a bunch of different sports news type stuff. Some specific items throughout the week is just throwing up shorts, but I like to give up some information, especially those that don't watch a lot of sports but are interested, so to speak. I'll do the non big four to start us off with, just to get us to the top of the hour here, and then we'll kick off that second hour strong. All right. So first off, I just wanted to congratulate Christopher Bell, today's NASCAR winner at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Green, white checker. Yellow flag came out. He was in first. He took home the win. Christopher Bell in the number 20, DeWalt Tools Toyota out of Joe Gibbs Racing. So congratulations to Christopher Bell on the win today. In MLS news, season started off this weekend. My Philadelphia Union 4-2 win over Orlando with the new head coach, Bradley Carnell, taking over the helm there. So congratulations, Bradley, on your first win as a Philadelphia Union coach. And lastly, brand new expansion, San Diego FC with a 2-0 win over Sis LA Galaxy, defending champions, with the loss today. Probably the only game Sith watched all year was that championship game. But I gotta throw your name into the mix there, Sith. So congratulations on San Diego FC starting it off right with a win in their inaugural season. Oy. Yeah, Jared, they used to be really good. I don't think they're so hot anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, guys, if you're able to, I don't demand anything on this channel. I just kind of throw it out there, give shout outs, give people wrenches so that you guys can kind of do what you want, make friends, not make friends. I missed it. I see it now. Paul, I don't know how far back and how long you've been in the chat, but good to have you here, Paul. Always good to have you on my channel. I'm working on your Chiefs cards. Y'all bear with me. All you guys that I talk to that I am getting cards to, bear with me. I have a system that's making it a little bit easier for me to put shit together. So, Paul, you're going to get some stuff. Daniel, I know you're going to get some stuff. BC, I'm going to work on your next set as well. Jared, I'm going to do my best. I don't have a lot of stuff. We can talk in Discord about other players that are not Cowboys that you like, that maybe I can put together good stuff. That way we can balance out all these cool Eagles cards that you plan on sending me. So, and Jess, you can get all my AI generated sports cards. All out of prime, but I still have my sparkling Fuji apple water from Walmart. Are all Walmarts just as bad as the next one? You see goofy people out in the parking lot. You go in and you see some shit you ever see anywhere else, but in the trailer park. I seen some shit in Walmart that even I haven't seen in my grandma, God rest her soul's trailer community. Some weird shit that happens in Walmart. Jared, definitely do some '90s Eagles. Anything you want to send my way, I wouldn't deny it. Just know whatever you're personally looking forward to sending back your way, it will be newish shit because I just got back into collecting, so that's really all I have. I don't have a lot of old stuff. Just type in, these are the people at Walmart. They're BC. Jared, I think you mentioned that before. I might have some Herberts. I might not have any of those either because I think I might have. I'll have to double check. I might have already given helmets and hash marks all my Herbert stuff. Then again, I'm not sure if I even sent him out stuff. So I'll have to check through all that. Oh, Paul. Paul's got a fan. Pete, see, Paul, that's why you need to make some videos, Paul. There's people out there that love you and are your fan. So I keep on saying it. Paul and Daniel. Maybe that's why Daniel hasn't been here because he hasn't wanted to hear me try to push him into showing off his Sidney Crosby collection. But that's been the goal this year for Paul, to get Paul and Dave to make some videos. Not trying to say, hey, grow this big, huge channel. But you guys have a channel. So even if you post, I mean, I've seen channels that have one video that they posted 7 years ago, but are still around doing stuff. So hey, post a video. What the hell? Yeah, I know, Daniel, and I appreciate it. Daniel, you're the nicest. When you're not going to be here, you typically let me know. So you go that extra mile, and I appreciate that. Yeah, Jess is definitely talking about Dino. You know that's your other half there, Paul. I don't know if you guys exchange recipes for the kind of gummies that you go with, but we know you like to get high there, Paul. We're jumping into hour number 2 of the Sunday Funday with Nikki 2 times and the whole crew in chat, having a blast, chatting away. 13 strong in chat right now, 26 thumbs up. We're doing all this without the trolls. Don't know what happened. Used to get the trolls left and right. I have all the necessary stuff that I typically put out there to get them to jump in, but whatever. We have fun without them. It's just always more fun when they're here as well. But let's get working into hour number 2. Yeah, it was quiet last week too, Orod. That's a new one. I like that there, ECM. ECM show. We talk trolls and somebody arrives. But I like you. That's a new one. Sal from Impractical Jokers. Actually, I probably look more like him than I do Kevin James. So I like it. Stick around if you like. We talk sports. We also talk a lot of smack. Like I'm about to talk smack on my man Purse that jumped in here because the U.S. won all 3 of those fights. Who here agrees with me? Canada won the trophy, but the U.S. won the fights. Swag, let him know. Daniel's agreeing, and Daniel would normally be on Purchase side on things like this. So Daniel, I appreciate it. Daniel is a scholar. He's a well-versed hockey guy, so he knows. Yeah, but Logan, it's amazing. I had a few different trolls that ended up respecting it, just like some of the ones on Saturday nights that started coming back, but haven't seen them in a while either. Speaking of wits, we got some other new people in here. We got Esteban Munoz. Good to have you in here again, buddy. We're all having fun. Did I say that enough tonight? We're all having fun. I'm just kind of whooping it up into the ether like I know what the hell I'm talking about. We all know, though, still, vertical provides. Speaking of the trolls of trolls that come back for more. Tex, you've been here enough, buddy. I'm going to give you a wrench. Be good, my friend. Don't make me regret it. Tex, you have yourself a wrench. I'm almost there, Tex, coming down from Cloud 9. I'd say probably give me another week. But, I wear Eagles stuff throughout the year. I don't put it in the closet and be done with it and whatnot. So I can't ever be completely down from Cloud 9 because it'll still be on top of my mind as I wear shit. But yes, I'm transitioning into the other sports, not quite basketball, which I'll get into why. Hockey and where spring training is picked up. So I am at least into all the other sports. Like there's people I know who they're football 24/7 and hate this time of year. But that's what I tell them. Go watch the USFL or whatever, the USL, and get your football fix till the NFL comes back. I could dig it there. Text the champions of 2 years ago. All right. I knew somebody was going to pick that up and have something to say. I identify as a Philadelphia sports fan. A little bit different. They typically call it the 4-for-4, but I'm a 5-for-5, and what 5-for-5 means is I have all four major sports: basketball, football, hockey, and baseball. But the fifth sport, as in soccer, I'm a big fan of all five of the Philadelphia teams. So my condolences to the cities out there that have only one or two teams. But we also know those cities that have one or two teams, we already know who their other teams are. If they don't have a baseball team, they're probably a Yankee fan. Nikki definitely is an ambiguous name, but at least I spell it with a Y. It's not Nikki. Yeah, Yankees definitely equal trash. Daniel, you're having a little trouble spelling, I guess. I don't know if you're trying to say go Bears or go Brewer. Go Brewers. Okay, you got it. Oh my God. So I will, for those who don't know, I might as well just throw it out there. So Nikki, that's what my family called me growing up. That's still what my aunts and uncles and stuff to this day they call me Nikki and not Nick. My son, Nicholas Jr. I call him Nicky, and I call him Nick sometimes too, but mostly I call him Nicky. So that's actually where you get the two times. We have my other son Ethan, who has a page. Very proud of him working. He's trying to start working harder on his channel. Ethan's NBA Talk. He talks basketball. So where I kind of do some of the stuff where I'm putting out headlines on shorts for different sports, he's primarily just doing that for basketball. That's what he wants to do with his life. So very proud of him and his channel. Nikki is a big wrestling fan, so he was doing some stop motion on his channel, but he kind of is now decided to convert his channel to more of a. He's doing like predictions and stuff. So each Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, he's putting out shorts predicting who he thinks are going to win the matches for the day. So he's starting to gain a little traction doing that. As good content creators like Sith will tell you, shorts are the way to go to gain a following. That long form is all but dead. Not quite dead, but kind of getting there. Well, Mike, thanks for being in here. When I do my shout outs like I did at the top of the show, I do end up then linking your name into the description after the video goes to public when I shut down. So anybody who did not sub to Mike now and wants to later, Mike Shriver and Mike Shriver Ministries, both those channels will be tagged in the description, along with my man SCA, my man Xavier Ren 02, Crack Pack Daddy for hitting 1,000, and my good friend Cloudsy for sending me a mail package out of the UFC cards. We got Jim NFL in the house. Oh my God, I'm trying. Just going back, make sure I didn't miss any of your stuff. Jim, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Jess, just kind of, I guess you strike me as one of those tarot card kind of ladies. I guess that's maybe how you get your predictions. Tex, I mean, I'll probably end up doing the same thing I did this year and at least put my money to them making it to the Super Bowl. I don't know if I'm ready to put the money out to have them win it all, but and Seth, I kind of would like to actually see see that. I'd love to see Toronto get over the hump and get off that treacherous, disgusting list of amount of years of not having a title. Bear with me and continue to talk, guys. I'm actually going to look that up. How many years each of the major sports. Longest drought between championships. Yeah, and Arizona Cardinals, 76 years. My Cleveland Guardians, my second favorite team, 75 years without a title. We're so close, but BC's Chicago Cubs won. And I believe that was 2016. Sacramento Kings, 71 years. Detroit Lions, 66. Atlanta Hawks, 65. I ain't no friggin' well, this list doesn't have Toronto. But I'm sure that's ingrained in Perch's mind on how many years since Toronto won. So I'd like to see that. That would be... Am I mistaken? I thought it's been a long time since Toronto won. These are playoff droughts, so not that. All right, so 56 years for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They are at the top of that list of their misery in the NHL. So, I'm not a big Maple Leafs fan, but for 1 year and 1 year only, Perch, as long as the Flyers don't make the playoffs or have to go against Toronto, they do make the playoffs. For 1 year and at least 1 year only, I will root for Toronto to take it all and be on your side. And maybe I can pass a little mojo off to you for that. That's a long time. Oh, my goodness. Sith, I will say this. We kind of talked about it backstage a little bit, but oh no, we talked. I mentioned it in our Instagram chat. So if they do it like they did for the Summer Olympics, there'll be Russian players playing hockey. They'll just won't be able to wear, or they won't be able to raise the Russian flag. They won't be able to come in wearing Russian colors. They'll be under the banner of the Olympics. Like they'll raise the Olympic flag and play the Olympic song. But they can come in and participate, I believe. I think that'll happen. You'll see the best of the Russians on a team. They just won't be able to represent the country itself. Sith, and I don't fall under that category because I don't think every flyer is a good flyer, and I definitely shout to the people that I wish were gone from the team. All right, so to just get going back into my sports a little bit, let me get a little more light. There you go. Come on. Maybe you want to. Y'all want to see my pretty face? Oh God, not too much. That blinding the hell out of me. All right, so for baseball, all I'm gonna say: spring training, it started. Games are being played. You got your Florida League, your Cactus League, the whole nine, up and running. Haven't really watched anything. I might have watched a handful of pitches earlier today. That's about it. We got Kyle Busch fan, 8 Ryan. What's going on? Kyle Busch, what? Congratulations to Kyle Busch for winning another truck race this week. Huey, disappointed that the U.S. lost. They played hard. Canada played hard. Was pleasantly surprised overall of just the whole tournament and how physical it got. That you weren't just talking talent on talent and skill on skill. You know, there was grit involved. There was true pride and so disappointed in the loss, but overall feel pretty good about the performance. Going to go on to NBA. Not going to talk a whole lot about these different subjects, guys, but I just want to get some info on my opinions on a couple things. But for in the sport of basketball, my Sixers, we'll start with my Sixers on a 7-game losing streak. And music to Swag's ears. I will have to tell you that Embiid was benched last night. It was just horrible. There's calls for him, for the Sixers to just completely shut him down for the year and not play anymore. That it's just not worth all the hassle and aggravation of him continuing to get hurt. So people are trying to have the Sixers and get in the Sixers' ear to say, let's just shut it down for the year. Yeah, Paul George not working out for us either, Tex. I don't like the guy. There's somebody, hey, that I just said, I'll call out a guy I don't like from one of my teams, and it's definitely Paul George. There was glimmers earlier in the year, and I wanted to give him a shot, but don't like him. That's your local NBA news. Getting more into just around the league. Cavs still holding strong in first place in the East. 46 wins, 5.5 games up on the closest competition. Wizards way on the bottom with 9 wins. Over in the West, Thunder strong with 45 wins for themselves, but they're 8.5 games up. So they are just well outpacing the rest of the West, with the Pelicans bringing up the rear with 13 wins. Luka had a tremendous game, so I'll give you a little little prop action there, Sith. Luka with an amazing game last night, dropping 32 points on Denver for not a typical win. LA or the Lakers winning in Denver, but that happened last night. Then just lastly on NBA, the rookie race, and I'll get into more details as for some of this stuff as we get to the end of the season. Right now, it's just some highlight stuff, but you have San Antonio's Stephen Castle, and then the Grizzlies, Zach Edey and Jalen Wells. That's kind of the cream of the crop right now for Rookie of the Year candidates. So let's see how we go down this stretch. Both All-Star games are over. We're more than halfway past these, so we're looking at 25 games or so in hockey and NBA. So seasons are about to come to an end. Then we just jump right into the NHL. We did discuss Four Nations and how we all feel about that. Yes, it did not have the top competition. There was no Russian team for one. But getting into locals, big, huge win coming back. Flyers with a 6-3 win yesterday over the Oilers. The lineup was great. The major line. Owen Tippett had 2 goals. Couturier with a goal and 2 assists. Mitchkov with a goal and 2 assists. And just also Travis Konechny with an assist himself, continuing his points run for being one of the top players in the league. But I know he's not a superstar by any stretch of the imagination, but he is in the top 10 in points, and yet Team Canada decides to sit him in the third game of the tournament, and then did not play in the did not dress him in the championship game either. So really disappointed as a Flyers fan that I didn't at least get to see my guy play on the winning side. Just a couple things on the East. You're looking at the Capitals. They're on a mission. 84 points strong. 7-3 win today, also against the Oilers. So I don't know if that means the Oilers are going on a skid, but they started off the year crappy and then went on a run. So maybe that'll happen again for them. Ovechkin with a hat trick today. He's now 13 away from breaking the record. 25 games remaining on the Washington season. So a goal every other. I mean, you're talking about a guy who just scored a hat trick. Needs a goal every other game to break it this year. And then you had the Jets. They're at the top in the Western Conference with 83 points. Flipped it. So without, with losing to the Eagles this year, you guys still had a great season. But yes, you can hang your hat on to. There's a good chance that your Washington Capitals will go far and possibly hoist another trophy and have the Ovi break the record. So guys can hang your hat on that this year. Hopefully, I'll be keeping an eye out on that. It's better than your lowly Wizards in basketball. A couple other points to make on the NHL. These are milestones that both happened by the New York Rangers today. So Jimmy Vesey from the Rangers, he scored his 100th goal in today's game, and JT Miller scored his 250th goal in his career. So congratulations to both those guys. Yeah, before it'll creep up on us before we know it. There, Sith. Flipped it. Does not care about the Wizards. Paul, I'm all on the NASCAR. I like it. So, lastly, in news-related items, well, two last things. So, for in the NHL, the rookie hunt there, Lane Hudson, defenseman on the Canadiens, he's leading the way with 3 goals, but 39 assists, 42 points. Macklin Celebrini, don't know if this is current because he did play this evening, so he might have gotten more points. So not counting whatever his game tonight. 17 goals, 23 assists for 40 points. With Matvey Michkov right there as well. 17 goals and 22 assists for 39 points. These guys are a little bit behind on the pace, I believe, to where Connor Bedard was last year. So I took on that information as well. Connor this year is pacing a little bit better too. But last year in 68 games, because he did have that broken jaw at one point, so he did miss some games last year. But Connor had 22 goals and 39 points for, or 39 assists for 61 points. So let's see if these youngsters this year can catch that mark. And this year he's pacing a little bit better than the 61 points. Connor Bedard right now he's sitting at 16 goals, 33 assists for 49 points. And that's saying, Seth, and that's saying something. He's just not the greatest player that ended up playing on the Wizards. He was probably the greatest Wizard, even as his time on the Wizards, which we all know was like going into the end of his career. Oh, just dropping some sports knowledge with the UFC. I like it. God. Paul, oh my Lord. Paul talking 51st state already. So, lastly, in sports, and then we'll just bullshit for like another half hour, 20 minutes, half hour. So, for my Eagles, I just wanted to bring up on the Eagles. Longtime Philadelphia Eagle Brandon Graham has officially retired. So, congratulations to him for a great career. I'm sure he'll never see this, but I look right into the camera and say, thank you, Brandon Graham, for all the wonderful years that you gave us. Strip sacking Tom Brady to win us a Super Bowl in 2008. Getting injured this year, but doing whatever you had to do for your body to get back and play in the Super Bowl. Real man, a real Philadelphian sports icon. So, welcome into retirement, my friend. Was wonderful having you on the team. Now, moving forward and looking forward, as I said, we're eyeing Chase Claypool. We're eyeing Myles Garrett. I can definitely tell you we get Myles Garrett. I will put money on going back to back. Without Myles Garrett, I say we get there. That's how I'm kind of feeling and flushing things out right now. And flipped it. I can kind of see that happening if Myles Garrett has in his head that they're the future and they have a chance because he wants to play. He wants to play for a true contender. And what more? What more could you ask for than going to the team that won it all? That's not really losing anything. You're losing. You're kind of losing the one piece that you would be replacing. The only other thing, we're probably going to lose Josh. We might be losing Josh Sweat, but that's where Chase Claypool comes in. Zach Bond. Hopefully the Eagles can wrap that up and get that contract locked down, and then we're kind of just running it back for the most part because it's just going to be the same guys. We'll run it back. Logan, I wish I was more into some of these different collecting stuff when Toys R Us was still around. I would have definitely hit up Toys R Us more often and bought some really cool shit. Paul Dino hits me up, but Dino hasn't been in my live in weeks. It's been weeks. He does hit me up. He apologizes. He's definitely been too tired and moody and falling asleep from his gummies, but it's okay. Dino does hit me up. Dino is well, just hasn't been here on the live stream in a bit. Yeah, that is a great story there, Flipped It. He grew up near you. That's a classic story for us. By all accounts, great guy. And to get a second shot at life and of football and making stuff happen. He earned it. It wasn't given to him. He certainly earned it, but the Eagles put him in good position to have a really good year this year. Forgot his name, but shout out goes to the offensive line coach who Jason Kelsey swears by as the best coach in all of football. I can't think of his name. I apologize. Logan, I definitely spent quite a bit of time in the comic book store, but I will admit I spent a lot more time in the arcade. Our hangout after the mall would close would be a lot of time. We spent a lot of time in the friendlies, and I've spent countless hours in a Denny's eating French toast slam with an occasional original slam. Then we had another diner that was even better than Denny's. We used to hang out at as well, called Tom Jones Diner, like the singer, but wasn't like he owned it or anything like that. But that was the name of it. Still around to this day. Blue ribbon special, 2 pancakes, 2 eggs, 2 sausage, 2 bacon, cup of coffee, little cup of juice. I think you also got 2 pieces of toast. No toast. But back then, when I was 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, Blue Ribbon Special was $2.99 for all that. Even nowadays, with inflation, I think we're only up at I think you can get all that for like $4.99 or $5.79 or something like that. And that's a lot. 2 pancakes, 2 eggs, 2 sausage, 2 bacon, cup of juice, and cup of coffee, free refills. We had a roller skating rink. We did that on occasion as well. But in the mall, yes, comic book store, the record store, and the arcade were the big hangouts. The arcade, what was cool about the arcade flanked one of the entries, so you can always step out of the arcade, go outside, smoke cigarettes and bullshit outside in the summertime, and then come back in and play games. Um, the comic book store was close. It was down the other side of the building. You had to walk a little bit to get to the outside, but you had that. Record store was different. Record store was almost dead center in the middle of the friggin' mall. Retroholic Gamer. What are the best parts of America to visit that no one really does? Oh, I'm going back a little bit. Flipped it. You're right. Stoutland was the coach that really helped out Becton a lot. Retroholic Gamer, I'm not sure. I don't know if I have an answer for you on that one. That's a good question. Daniel, that's not a bad answer. Nowadays, people don't just go outside and go to your national parks. People go strictly to the overpopulated, overvisited, tourist traps. But nobody just goes to a nice national park and walk around and hike and take photos and breathe in the good air. Jess, I'm with you. I would go. I couldn't stop, but that's where all the ladies were. So I definitely was hanging out there. I would also even go to the ice skating rink, and I was just as bad at ice skating as I was roller skating. At least I had my own pair of ice skates, and I sucked at it. Sorry for you ice hockey fans. I just never never got any good at ice skating. Played a lot of street hockey in my time. I did grow up living in a cul-de-sac, so our cul-de-sac was the hockey central station of the whole neighborhood. Yeah, it's a good time, but yeah, you wouldn't catch me trying to do that now. I tried going into our Central City outdoor ice skating rink, and my ankles were bowed. I was on the ice for like 5 minutes and had to take the skates off because it hurt my ankles way too much. Some of it, some honest to God retro. Some of it has to do, you know, kind of what your age is as well. To be honest with you, like I mean, me when I was younger, uh, I went to I went to Bourbon Street down in New Orleans and hung out for Mardi Gras. It was an absolute blast. I would do it again at this age, but it would be a totally different version of what a blast is than it was when I was in my 20s. Been to Vegas, but I went to Vegas for a wedding. I plan on going back sometime in the next couple years once the Vegas A's start their team up. That is a plan to go see the Vegas A's and the Vegas Raiders. So Vegas can definitely be a good spot. You're gonna lose a lot of money spending a couple days there though. Dean, who raised up the flag? I guess Paul hit you up and said you needed to get your ass up into my channel tonight. Dean, it's good to have you here. Miss you, pal. I know we've at least talked outside of here on Instagram, but I'm glad that you have stopped in through the channel tonight. Miss you, buddy. Paul said, fuck you. I didn't want him coming in here. Wow. Jalen, what's going on, buddy? My eyes watering. It's like I'm crying or something. I'm crying because I miss Tito so much. Yeah, Veronica, Vegas is fun. Uh, I did it all wrong. We went because my mother married my stepfather out in Vegas. Uh, Went straight to a table from, put the bags in the room and went straight to a table and dropped a few $100. Then the following day, I dropped the rest of my money. Did not to get really get to see many of the good highlights of Vegas. I was just so miserable about what I lost, so I missed out. Certainly would not have that happen again. And I don't mean lose money. I would just have more of it to lose and be able to pace myself better. Just there, and right around in DC, it's probably the second worst trafficked area in the entire country outside of LA. Washington, D.C., I would say, is probably the traffic's even worse there than it is in New York City. New York City, you at least have a lot more avenues of departure and entrance points and different bridges and tunnels and different stuff to get you around. Where in DC, it could take you half a day on some days just to get through there. That's why anytime I've gone on road trips where we've had to go through DC. We try to get past DC. We'll leave my house at like, I've left my house or this area at like 4 in the morning just to make sure I'm past the DC area to hit most of the traffic. I went to South Carolina. We got past the traffic pretty good by the time we got through there, leaving here in Pennsylvania. Coming back sucked. Coming back from South Carolina, it was raining, and we weren't even in DC area yet. We were in I want to say no, it wasn't Richmond, Virginia. It was like Richmond or Roanoke, or it began with an R. But wherever we were in Virginia was worse than even trying to get through DC. But it was, approaching DC. Oh, that's why, unless I'm going to a sporting event, I try not to go down into the city at all anymore. D'Angelo Roberts, I apologize. I do not remember you, but I appreciate you coming in here. It is good to see you. I can't help you with your Dolphins problem, but I'm glad you're here. We did discuss all the sports. We're almost ready to close shop, but I'm letting you guys get it all out. We're still having fun. We got the non-copyright music beating in the background. We're feeling good. Telling you, I'm gonna open up the fitness channel next. giving us a little. We're breathing. We're breathing in. We're breathing it all out. We're having a good time. I'll have to check there, Dean. I'm not sure if I have any chain cards. Do I want to hear all what? Hello, Logan. All the copyright music, or sorry, I don't know what I'm what all am I hearing? Jalen, that is cool as hell. I talked about Brandon tonight, and gave him a send off and thanked him for his time in our city and helping us win 2 titles. So that's really cool. We got Bobby in the house. Blue Chick Bobby Catalano. Good to have you here. Can I do that right? I don't ever do this right. Looks horrible. But anyway, I'm giving you a heart. Well, I like the smell. I like the sound of my own. There, Dean. I'll be the Jane Fonda of this generation, Urad. I'll be the workout for fat guys. I'll come up with one of those stupid names. What is it? Uh, couch to couch to couch to coffin. I mean, couch to coffin will be my physical fitness thing because I'll drive myself right into an early grave. I'm like 1, 2, 3. Ah, heart attack. I'm done. Oh shit. Oh, my eyes been friggin' watering. I could barely even read your comments, guys. Dean, you know I love you. You know, one of my early supporters who certainly early on in my live streaming time on the channel raised up that flag, shared the live stream around, and it's grown ever since. So Dean, even when you're not here, I always tell you that I love you and how much I owe to you. I owe a lot to a lot of you guys that have been here tonight. Paul, always good having you here. Daniel, Jess, Bobby, Veronica at Christie's Crazy Crafty Life, Sith from Spine Ticks, Logan G.I. Joe Gamer, or go check out his other channel, From the Hilt, my man Logan, Perch, Uncanny Swag, Red03, Jared Bolton, Flipped It, Rascal and Lucy Renee, O-Rod, Barry. I'm trying to get it all out. I hope I didn't really miss anybody. Jalen Season, Tex Carnage, If I did miss you, I apologize. A lot of you fun people were in here tonight. Still gonna stick around for a few minutes, but since I started a list, wanted to get it out. Yeah, we had my new friend Mike Shriver hanging out with us tonight as well. I always try not to miss anybody, but I'm pretty sure I got you guys all tonight. I'm here every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Sundays are for Sunday Funday with Nikki Two Times. Saturdays are for Spine Ticks. You know how it goes. That's 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific on Saturday evenings. My show is 2 hours. That show goes for about 3.5 hours total, or 2.5, 3, no, about 3 hours, I would say, most weeks. But pretty much all you guys seen in the chat know about that show, so you guys know what time that is. You know what time my show is. It was great seeing you new faces that don't typically come in here. It was great seeing some of you folk that haven't been here in a little bit. Trolls were kind of at a minimum tonight, so that kind of sucks. I like when they're hanging out. You know, makes for a fun night. I've had trolls in here where I'm sitting at 35, 40 strong in the chat. Doesn't last too long, but it's kind of cool when you got about 40 or 50 people for like 5-10 minutes and just shit goes haywire. I was just thinking about talking about another subject. I just started watching a new show in its first season on Max that I would suggest. If you're into like those medical drama type shows, go watch The Pit. Name's escaping my memory because I wasn't planning on it, so I didn't write it down. But there's a show called The Pit. No, Noah Wild is his name. Used to be back on ER back in the day. He was in what is it called, like Fallen Skies. He's been in The Librarian. Well, he's back now in a medical setting type of show called The Pit. Takes place in a hospital in Pittsburgh. They're doing it's like 24 as far as the method of the show, where each episode takes place an hour a piece in the life of these people in the hospital. And a lot happens in a span of the show. I'm on episode 6, and all chaos has happened through the first 5 hours. So, if you guys are into medical dramas, I suggest checking that show out. Bobby, it is definitely it's something I recommend for sure. I do think though they didn't drop all the videos or all the episodes. I think there's only 8 out, but there's supposed to be a total of 15. So they might be dropping one a week. Or maybe they dropped the first half and will be dropping the second half. I'm not sure, but 15 total episodes. I've only seen 8 listed so far. Paul, if you're still here, thanks for coming in. Thanks again for coming in. I am about to shut down. I always like to give all the shout outs, but let's try to end on some sort of good tune. That's the problem with these things. Guys, I love you all. Hopefully you'll all come back next week. Jess, it was great having you in here. Renee, all the cast of characters that we normally have, but I'm glad you ladies decided to come in tonight as well. Sundays are for this channel, my channel, not one of these other rinky-dink shows. Tonight's Sunday Funday with Nikki 2 times, and we all had a blast, did we not? I love you guys. Little chair spin for you all. Have a great week. I'll see you on Saturday on Spine Ticks Live with that Sith and his crew hosting that show. I'll see you guys next Sunday here on Sunday Funday. Nikki 2 times came at you again live. Episode number 39. You all have a wonderful night.